So in this video, we're going to see how we can utilize ESP's Wi-Fi and how we can host a HTML file, interactive HTML file by the way, from where we can send some command from the web page interface, and then we'll read and receive that into the ESP32, and then we can perform certain action based on what we want to do. So just for information, like ESP32 has 4 MB of storage, is a flash storage, which we can utilize to store some kind of, or like static file, some web file we can store like image, video, 4 MB video, okay, fine. Or HTML file, anything which you want to store, we're going to store it and we can serve that by using web server, okay. So we can like make a ESP32 as a web server using, there is one library which we can use, I'll let you know. We can utilize that and we can make it as a web server, and basically we can serve those files which we have already stored into the flash storage. Okay, in our case it's going to be a HTML file. So let's simply start that. So I'll open the VS Code here, and how to install this Arduino. You can see that video in somewhere in the top right corner, somewhere it will be there. So you can click on this. After installing, you must see this icon Arduino, and then you just click on the create new project, add new project, let's say Wi-Fi project, something like that. And the board which we're going to use is going to use do it ESP32. So basically this is the board which you're going to utilize here. I hope you can see that. Okay, fine. We'll select the board and framework, and would use Arduino itself. It's Arduino framework. So if you don't know, Arduino is a framework. What code we're going to write in this, that is nothing but it's a framework which is like all the functions is given by that. And I don't want to use a default location for, I'll just go to D drive, somewhere I'll store that for my project, and that is the location I'll be storing. And there you go. So this is the main file where we'll be writing all the code. So let's remove the all basic template, and let's first add our libraries. Okay, what libraries we're going to use. So take a first of all monitor speed, I want this, and this lib dependencies, that is going to, so this is the library which we are going to use. And because now the moment you type this, it will going to install that. And because we're going to use the flash storage, so we have to say that we are going to use this. For that we have to say board underscore build dot file system is littleFS. So this is one setting we need to do. We are going to use littleFS for that. Perfect. These two settings we need to do. This is saying we are going to utilize the internal flash storage of ESP32, and this is simply a light rule. And so let's, in order to create that, we have to include that particular library. So has include the library name is ESP Async Server. Fine. Let's simply create one server and server.begin, and before that we have to define few more things. So we'll say serial.begin at this speed, and we need to define our Wi-Fi name and password. So for that we have to use the Wi-Fi as well. So very simple, just say include Wi-Fi.h, not this, Wi-Fi.h. Perfect. Let's define our Wi-Fi name and password. So let's say const char SSID and password. You put yours. Mine is SHOIB, and the password is Shoib Samson. So perfect. And let's begin the Wi-Fi. we can see whether it is connected or not, which we can see that. So how we can see? Because this status will return some cost variables, which we can see whether this particular function, this particular method has given Wi-Fi connected or not. If it is showing not connected until unless, just stay here. Don't go further. Just stay here until unless we are getting connected. Okay. So the moment we'll get connected, it will come out. It will say Wi-Fi connected, and will print the IP address of the connected device. How? That's very simple. So let's say I just say serial print dot print ln input and say Wi-Fi dot local IP is a function. Okay? In this way, simple. So it will if it's got until unless I'm not connected, it will keep after once it will keep printing like connecting, or we can just simply like instead of this, let's just say dot. Okay. So it will keep printing dot and not print ln, we'll say print. It will keep printing dot after each time. After that, I'll say serial dot print ln if I can type. Okay. Then in the new line, it will say ki Wi-Fi connected, and it will in the new line it will give it a Wi-Fi dot local IP, and my server is begun. But before I begin the server, I should accept some parameters. Okay. Simply when I get the IP address of my ESP32, I'll open that. So that is my root path. Basically, when the domain name is there, that is a root path. After that, we get some kind of URL. Okay, like /admin /something /on /off. So at only slash at the very beginning, so on the root path, what you want to serve. So we can say server, which is my name of the server, dot on. Okay, on what? On slash means on the root path. On the root path, I want to accept a GET request. Okay, so there are multiple requests of GET, POST, PUT, DELETE. So what I want to get from my ESP32. I want to get something from my ESP32. So that's why the GET, and then it accept one request parameter. When our browser send our GET request, so I'll get all the GET object from the browser. In that request, I can return. So when someone is asking me to get something, then I'll return. So it's request.send. First of all, 200 is a status code. 200 in the sense it's a good request. Means I'm able to serve you something. What is it? 200. And I want to send a text to you. What text? Is a hello world, is a text which I'm going to send to you. And then just begin. Okay. So I'm right now I'm just serving only and only on the root path, not any other part. I'm serving this particular thing to you. So let's try to just upload this. I hope my device is connected. Yeah, fine. Let's start over. If you're getting this error, just either you download the Golang, otherwise you just ignore it. It will build a project. It will come somewhere here in the build. Let's build start is uploading now. Okay. Let's try to open the serial model and see whether it's connected or not. So serial model, click on this icon. So you can see it's dot is printing, right? Because this is what we have mentioned here. You can see that. Okay, until unless I'm not connected, it should print dot. And there you go. Make sure if you're accessing in your system, make sure you also connected with the same network. Now let's access this particular IP address. I'll just copy it. I'll just copy this and paste it here. So you can see it's showing hello world for now. Means my web server is working as expected. Let me show you the HTML file first of all, the web page, to what exactly I want. Then you get to know how the thing's going to work. So for storing the HTML file or any kind of file into the ESP flash, first of all, in the root folder, you have to create a folder named data. You cannot give any other name. You have to give the name as a data. And this, then you can store some file. So for myself, it's like index.html is that file name which I want to store. So it has JavaScript part as well. See, this is a pretty simple thing. So it has a style here, the CSS. And I can basically click here and cut the live. Yeah, that is okay. Okay. There you see, this is my HTML. So I have one pin, one LED on pin number 13, one LED on pin number 12. I think I should put 12 first and 13. Wait, I'll drag it up. See, this is one pin. Okay, I'll cut it from here. So this is my 12. Then here is the 13, then 14. Okay, so if I save here, so it should, yeah. So I should rename it also. It should be 1 and 2 then. So we take 2 of those. And this is already 1. So yeah, 1 is on 12, 13 and 14. Perfect. So when I will click on this, I'll open the network tab. When I click on this, you can see I'm sending one GET request. You can see here. I'm sending one GET request. Something like this. The like address, what was there, then LED, then ID and the state. So I'm sending the ID and the state. You can see that. ID is the pin number 12, the ID, and the state is on or off. 1 is on and 0 is off. How I'm doing here? I'm doing, you can see in the JavaScript. So JavaScript has a inbuilt function called fetch. So fetch is a function which is like used for API to hit the API, either get, post, whatever. By default, it will be get. So I'm putting a fetch request on LED. Then I'm sending the parameter as a ID of pin ID. Okay. And the state. So pin ID is coming from here. So suppose that, let's say this pin number 3, which is GPIO 14. Suppose that I'm toggling this. Okay. You can see on change. On change, I'm calling this particular function which is in the JavaScript. I am passing the pin number here. In this function, I'm passing the pin number. So pin number 40. So one LED is connected on pin number 40. You can see here. Right? One LED is connected on pin number 40. And one LED is connected on pin number 13. One LED is connected on pin number 12. So I'm from the front end, I'm sending the pin number and the state. And the state, whether it is check or uncheck. So right now it is not going to happen anything because it will only turn on if from my ESP32 I'm giving, yeah, I have got it, I have no error, I received your request. Then only it will turn on. Otherwise it will turn off automatically. So because my ESP is not yet coded, so it's turned off automatically because I'm not getting any response from my ESP32 server. Fine. So this function we are calling. What this function is doing, it is fetching that particular toggle button. So each toggle button has some number. So toggle slash ID, you can see it has one ID. Toggle slash this, not slash dash. Or what is that? Toggle dash 13, right? Toggle dot dash 14. So I'm fetching that particular checkbox and I'm checking the status of that, whether this checkbox is checked or unchecked. Okay. If it is checked, so it will be 1, otherwise it will be 0. Fine. And then is one indicator, basically it will change to green or red. So you can see here, it is red by default. When it will turn on, that will be green. So yeah, so I'm sending this And in the response, if I'm getting okay from the response, means 200 basically. If I'm getting status 200, so I'll see if it is checked. If it is checked, so the indicator will become active, which is green. Otherwise, it will be remove that particular activation. So it will say it is not active. If it is not okay, if it is not okay, and I'll check. So if basically if I'm trying to turn it on, just turn it off. Don't do that because I'm not getting okay response. So if just I'll reverse it and we'll say on the console failed to toggle pin. You can see if I open here and if I go to console, see I'm getting failed to toggle the pin. So many times I'm getting this. So click again, failed to toggle this. Okay, because I'm not getting any response from my server as of now, because my server I haven't coded yet, because I'm just looking for the slash on the root page and I'm sending hello world, nothing else. I'm not accepting anything else right now. So that is the base, that is set up my HTML page. If you want one more pin, you just duplicate this, okay, or you want sliders, you can see one more, then you can modify this to some other LED4 or anything, but not required for me as of now. Perfect. That is the thing. Let's first upload this into the Flash. Then after that, we'll serve this from my ESP32 code. So how to upload this into the Flash? Very simple. I'll then click on this Pi Arduino and very simple. Click on upload file system image. Okay, I got an error because while you're uploading anything to the Flash, make sure any other terminal should not open. Okay, it is done. And now I'll do one thing very simply. On the slash page, I'll try to serve that particular HTML page. So before that, we have to include that little fs here, and I need to make sure I'm able to access the flash of ESP32. So I'll say let's do one thing. Let's do before Wi-Fi is starting. So I'll just say if. That is also correct. If I'll say if I'm trying to begin and it's not giving me true, so that time you just say ki let I got some error and just come out of that. Don't do anything else, just come out of it. Okay, because I'm not able to access the flash storage of ESP32, so just return. Otherwise, this function is returned true, which is fine. No issues, no problem. Now instead of giving 200 directly like this, I'll say ki I want to return the little fs and okay, it's fine. And little fs and give me the index.html file. So index.html file we have uploaded in the root folder of my storage. So yeah, so it will go there because you can see where it is. It is simply under the data directly. So this is going to be the root folder. So it is there in the root folder only, not anywhere else. Perfect. That's why I'm putting the slash here. But it's suppose that you had this under some other folder like web page, some platform, then you would have put it inside of this and move. So then that time you would have link. That time you have to put like slash web page. No, okay, set web page slash index like that. But that is not the case right now. So I'll keep it out. Move and I'll delete this folder. Email this here. Perfect. Fine. That is the only thing we have to do here. Now let's upload it. Still, I'm not accepting the LED turn on and off. I just want to show you all the things one by one so that you understand how the things are working here. So it is trying to connect the Wi-Fi, means it is passed from here, then it's tried to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay. So little device has been established, no error. I'll open this website again. Let's just refresh. Earlier it was getting hello world. Now let's refresh. And there you go. Can you see that? Earlier I was getting the hello world because that is what we were sending. But this time I'm building the entire page. But again it will not work. Okay. Why it will not work? Because I'm not accepting anything else except the slash. So slash is this only, no? See, this is the slash. Like this is slash. So it is like same index, the root URL. Perfect. Now let's try to accept remaining stuff. So if you remember from the JavaScript, we are sending the request on /LED. Then I'm accepting two parameters. First is ID, the second is state. ID is the pin ID, pin number of the ESP32 where my grid is connected, and the state is either on or off, which is 1 and 0, on or off. Perfect. So we have to say server on. You just look for LED. Okay. And after that, in that I have one ID. No, I think it should be like this. Then I have one ID and I have one state. Okay, and it is already converting the stuff, but still doing something wrong. So it should not be the parameter. It should be there is some function. I think get parameters, and in that I want to accept the ID and the value of that ID I want to accept. Okay, and similar for the state. So this should be an integer. So let's just remove the stuff. I don't want anything else right now. And okay, let's first define the pins here also. So I'll say I have 3 LEDs. So I'll say has define LED 1, which is 12, LED 2, which is 13, has define LED 3, which is 40. I have to make all these 3 pins as an output pin because, of course, because we want to blow the LED. So pin 1, pin 2, and pin 3. You know, that is a beautiful, like I would love to write the code on the VS Code because this makes like life easier. I don't have to repeat the same thing again and again. AI do this for me, all the basic stuff. But you should turn it off because from here you should turn this off because you are learning. If it is autocomplete, then you will not learn. So make sure that. Okay, so this is also done. Perfect. Now I'll say int edit pin. This is nothing but the ID actually. The ID which I'm going to find there, that is edit pin. So I can, instead of say ID, I can say pin number, something like that. So which makes more sense. So pin number to integer and the status to integer. And very simple, just say digital write. Say digital write the pin and the status. If I'm sending 0, it will be off on that pin. Otherwise it will be on that pin. Okay. I think yeah, that's all. Perfect. Let's upload the code and see. So you don't have to upload the flash again because the flash you have already uploaded. So this is storing in the ROM. Okay, so there is no direct relation between the where I'm uploading this and where I uploaded the flash. Okay, so again I got the IP address and just refresh. I'm getting some errors still. Okay, let's see what is that error. Failed to double. Let's go to network and see what is happening. So it's saying server error. Okay. Okay, I did one mistake here. We don't have to put actually this. We don't have to because after that I'm getting the parameters. So it should get the parameter from here. Okay. Let's try to re-upload. Okay. Wi-Fi should be connect. Perfect. Let's refresh once. Or maybe, yeah, perfect. It is working. So let's see. Let's try to turn this on. There you go. 12, 13, 14, 14 off, 13 off, and 12 off. So okay, so that is cool, right? If that is one simple example I have given to you. Now it's up to you how where you want to use this. Maybe you can control the servers using this, or you can connect directly to some kind of relay, and then you can control your home applications through the web interface, right? So the limit is your thought, your imagination. That is your limit. Now you can build anything and you can control it remotely. In the next video, we'll discuss about how we can do the similar thing using the Bluetooth, using an app. Okay, mobile app will develop and will control the similar thing. Okay, thank you. And make sure to like this video and share with your friends. And make sure to comment and ask all your doubts and clear, because I want everyone to understand this instead of just copy and pasting the code from my code. Okay, so just try to understand this. Ask the question in the bottom. Thank you. See you soon in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.